Hey, it's Alex, the founder and CEO of Motoroso.com, your dedicated auto parts marketplace, and it's SEMA 2019. We're continuing our coverage here. The Ford Ranger came out last year, and it's been a tremendously popular platform, and there's been a lot of great products coming out for it, but none quite as cool as what's been coming from Icon Vehicle Dynamics. Now, we're here in the Icon Vehicle Dynamics booth with the founder and lead engineer, Dylan, and if you've been looking at suspension for your Ranger, you probably already know that there are two awesome kits from Icon, the Stage 1 and Stage 2 kits. But here at the show, they're debuting and showing off some of the new technology that's going to come in the later stage kits. You're going to get the down low on these kits from Dylan. So Dylan, tell us what's coming next from Icon.
All right, so in this fashion that we always do, we start out at stages and we just add some more technology and more cool components as we go. So what we've got here today, we've got our coilover that we started with. This one happens to be remote reservoir and compression adjustable. We also have our optional fin reservoir. That stage is going to be coming out here really quick. The remote reservoir and CDCs are already available. We've been shipping them already. We also have a secondary shock option on this truck. This is our R&D part, and we'll be seeing that soon. On the back of the truck, we're developing some more goodies for it. We've been doing tons of off-road testing on this truck. We found that we had to start tweaking spring rates a lot to get the spring travel. We weren't getting enough spring travel out of it. So we're on development of a full leaf pack. We call it an RXT leaf pack. And what we do is we make a leaf pack that's configurable for how the person uses it. The way it ships, it's configured at the optimum travel and spring rate and height for an unloaded vehicle. But if you accessorize your vehicle, it's no longer appropriate. So in the kit comes an extra leaf that you can configure a couple of different ways to compensate and recalibrate the vehicle for your intended use. For instance, as you see here, we've got rooftop tents and racks and extra accessories. So that would be a different configuration. Then we have all the shocks and bump stops and things to go with it.
Excellent. Now, the finned reservoir, primarily for heat dissipation?
Absolutely, yeah. Heat dissipation is a big deal. The front of vehicles usually get enough airflow that they can dissipate heat fairly well. In the rear, it's hard to get the airflow to get the heat dissipation. And they look really cool. So, full disclosure, half the people just want that cool looking reservoir.
Hey, fair enough. A lot of people spend money for that reason in this industry. The secondary shock, main value proposition there.
So the secondary shock allows even more damping control for more aggressive driving. It's also adjustable, so on the street you can turn both the shocks down to a low setting for more compliance and road comfort. And we calibrate everything so that higher settings on the shock are for higher aggression levels of driving, in addition to different types of terrain. But really where it makes a difference is aggression level of driving.
Great. And primarily targeting sort of people who are doing sort of rally style driving, Baja style stuff, or are we looking at the overlanding market? Where's your real focus there?
Well, our performance calibration is desert style, but we also do a ton of overland stuff too. So it kind of plays together. So that extra work that's required by the suspension can be speed, but it can also be load. So we've worked it out so we can kill all those, and that's why we do that variable rate leaf spring, so that we can kill all those requirements with one package.
Awesome. What about installation? How much fabrication involved in putting kits like this in?
Hardly any. It's almost entirely bolt-on. There's a couple self-tapping screws for reservoir mounts. That's it. This kit here with the extra shock, secondary shock, we do a complete skid plate, and that skid plate locates the secondary shock, and that's all bolts on. For extra rigidity, you do have to do about a 1-inch weld for a secondary shock tab, and that's the extent of it.
Perfect. When do you expect these kits to be commercially available?
The secondary shock is going to be a few months. The coilover upper control arm that's on this vehicle, you can order it right now. It's good to go. The rear shock's good to go. Leaf spring coming soon.
Excellent. And of course, you can get all these products at Motoroso.com, where you can browse this and over 1 million other top name brand products sold by trusted vendors at great prices. And the shipping is always free with no minimum. Thank you so much for your time, Dylan. We really appreciate it. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.